This Epstein file talks about the murder of a baby. We need to talk about this. So today we're taking a look at two different files. You can see the EFTN number here, and here's the second file. So this was the first message that was sent to Jeffrey Epstein. This was sent Thursday, October 25th, 2018 at 4:26 p.m. And we do not know who sent this to Epstein. But the message reads, "My friend, I didn't do anything wrong. All my accounts are hacked. I had a miscarriage, never had a daughter that I wanted to, a blank. They will probably delete my emails since they have my cods. Ask them to show body of the baby. Never had a baby apart from blank. Thank you in advance. You know who is behind it." So, already a very bizarre message asking for the body of a baby to be shown, talking about obviously a child that is deceased here, and even a weird allusion to Epstein. You know who is behind it. Who's behind it? What are they doing here? Well, shortly after that first email was sent, about 30 or so minutes later, there was another message sent from what appears to be the same sender. This time the message is a little more grim. It reads, "But baby never was born and I would never kill. Show me blank or this baby. I beg for investigation." So there's definitely discussion here of a child or a baby really being born or potentially killed. This person is begging for some sort of an investigation to see the body of this deceased baby, and that's really all I could find. I couldn't find any more additional information on this message thread, save for these two emails. So I don't know about you guys, but if I were an investigator and I was reading these messages which allude to children being killed, the loss of life, a dead baby, I would be wanting to investigate that and follow up on that lead. But to my knowledge, nothing was ever done once this email was discovered. And I mean, to be honest, I've never really seen anybody even talk about this email in the first place, even though it seems to have some really disturbing information within it. So what do you guys make of this message? Do you think that this deserves a longer, more thorough second look?
Most creepiest unsolved mysteries, part 1. This is the Hinterkaifeck case. In Germany, 1922, strange things started to happen around the Hinterkaifeck farm. One of their maids quit, claiming the house was severely haunted. They noticed footprints in the snow and footprints in the attic. Also, they found a newspaper in the home that no one purchased, and their keys went missing. Not long after, neighbors noticed they haven't seen the family in a while. They went over to check on them, only to find every single one dead. Most of them had been led to the barn and got slaughtered and cut into pieces by an axe. The maid and the youngest son were killed in their bed, and the youngest daughter survived the attack and lived for a few hours before dying, pulling out chunks of her skin and hair along the way. The police never found the murderer, but they did say he spent time in the home after committing these horrific murders. Smoke was coming from the chimney, and most of their food was consumed. People think either a crazy bloodthirsty killer did this, or it was a demonic paranormal event.
Most secret places you are not allowed to visit. The Elephant's Foot, Chernobyl. A deadly mass of radioactive lava beneath Reactor 4. Just standing near it for minutes could mean certain death. Even now, decades after the Chernobyl disaster, it still emits dangerous levels of gamma radiations. It's expected to remain hazardous for thousands of years. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. This high-security vault was built to preserve humanity's food supply in case of global catastrophe. It's sealed tight, only opened during true crisis.
One of the craziest things just happened on Mount Everest and no one is talking about it. But a Sherpa was just left to die on the mountain after guiding 2 international clients to the top. And the way the story unfolded is really making people question the ethics of climbing the mountain. I'm Kayla and I have a dark curiosity, so follow along for the rabbit holes I go down. But a 52-year-old Sherpa named Hilary Dawa Sherpa had just helped his Polish client summit Mount Everest. They were coming down the mountain with another Sherpa and his client from the UK when all of a sudden the Polish client started running out of oxygen. At some point during the descent, it seems like Hilary Dawa Sherpa sat down for a moment to catch his breath and got separated from the group. But here's the thing, no search parties were sent out after it was reported he was missing the next day. His family had to beg the company he was climbing with to get a search party started, and even that took days. And mind you, this was like the last day of the climbing season, so all of the routes were going to be closed after this, so it was do or die. Finally, after days, a search party was launched. It turned up no trace of him. I mean, obviously, it's very, very hard to survive for multiple days on Everest without the proper supplies. But just as his family was starting to prepare his funeral, Hilary Dawa Sherpa was seen crawling down the mountain mountain 6 days later. This man had no food or water on him. He survived by melting ice in his mouth and eating chocolates he had found in his pockets. But his story brings up a really interesting conversation about climbing Mount Everest, especially when it comes to Sherpas, and it's something I talk about in this week's episode of the Heart Starts Pounding podcast. I tell the story of the Khumbu Icefall avalanche, which was the deadliest day for Sherpas in Mount Everest history. A bunch of Sherpas were fixing a ladder for their clients when all of a sudden the avalanche hit. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube, and if you're interested in the ethics of climbing the mountain and the role the Sherpas play, I really think you should listen to it.
This is crazy. YouTuber WhistlinDiesel was just arrested right outside his house, and the reason why is ridiculous. We all remember Cody's viral video from 2 years ago when his $500,000 Ferrari F8 went up in flames in the middle of a cornfield. It was a massive story back then, and the video garnered a whopping 16 million views. Well, unfortunately, at least one of those views was the state of Tennessee, and now the video is being used as evidence against him. Cody, WhistlinDiesel, was just charged with tax evasion, allegedly over the purchase of this Ferrari. In this clip, you can see the car was wearing Montana plates when it burned to the ground, and many believe this is what set the legal process in motion. You see, Tennessee state law makes it a Class E felony to evade or defeat any tax due to the state. As you may know, many wealthy people register expensive cars in the state of Montana to take advantage of their friendly tax laws. WhistlinDiesel LLC is registered in Montana. Cody posted his mugshot to Instagram yesterday saying, "One so big they thought I was cheating," and added, "I didn't do anything." Cody is currently out on a $2 million.
A woman who's supposed to be dead appeared at her own funeral, but what she did next will shock you. Noella was a woman from Africa who decided to fly to Australia so she could start a new life. Noella took her 5 children with her, and while she was in Australia, she met a man who she fell in love with. Within no time, the couple moved in together and got married, but Noella began to see a violent side to her new husband. Unfortunately, Noella's mom passed away, so she flew back to Africa to say her final goodbyes. After the ceremony, she went back to her hotel where she was greeted by a man who threatened to hurt her unless she did what he said. The kidnappers explained her husband hired them to take care of her, but they were not going to hurt her because they didn't hurt women or children. The kidnappers lied and told her husband she was dead, but they collected the money and let her go. When Noella got back to Australia, she heard that her husband was throwing a funeral for her, so she knew it was the perfect time to get the ultimate revenge. While her funeral was happening, she walked up, and what she did next will shock you. Part 2 coming soon.
Here's some interesting facts that you didn't know. There was a woman in 2010 who claimed that she bought the sun and registered it as her own property. Her plan was to charge the world for using any kind of solar energy. There was a prisoner with a life sentence who passed away and then came back to life a few minutes later. They actually tried to make an argument that their life sentence was over. It didn't work. This is Cinco the jaguar, one of the last remaining wild jaguars in the USA. This is a high-pressure washing system that was set up on a buffalo farm to clean all their farm animals. Literally a cow wash. Let the dad jokes roll. The volcano under Yellowstone is approximately 30 miles wide and 45 miles long. This is the largest 3D map of the universe that's ever been created. Kind of just looks like an ocean to me, or inside of an eyeball or something. When the US delegation visited China a couple of months ago, we threw away all of China's gifts. I'm a Dorian, follow for more tomorrow.
Have you heard of sea lions? No, not them. They got their video. I'm talking about lions by the sea. You see, lions, you see what I did there, but nah, lions don't get enough credit for how adaptable they are. Don't forget the ones that got stranded on an island and became buffalo hunting steroid lions. Now don't get me wrong, lions on the beach is like snow in Africa. I know it happens, but I'm never not gonna double take when I see it. But we're talking about the lions surviving on the arid and desolate Namibian Skeleton Coast, where the normal strat of zebra and buffalo was not gonna get it done. Which brought them to the beach where they discovered a new source of protein, actual sea lions. And the cats started stalking and hunting the sea lions, which means the big cats of Skeleton Coast are the only lions on Earth to hunt marine prey. Dare I say, they're marine lions. And it's not just seals, these lions will comb the Atlantic coast for flamingos and cormorants, fully committing to the whole marine mammal thing. Life finds a way. Unless you're a fur seal. Ain't that some bullshit? Imagine dodging oppression dolphins and great whites just to get got by lions, hyenas, and jackals. Boy, it sucks to be a seal. Good for the lions though. If you can make it in a place with 1/4 of an inch of rain a year, you got it like that. And if I had a nickel for every time an apex predator went to the water, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but have you heard of sea wolves? I bet you haven't. The more you know.
Give me your bag. Do you really think I don't know you were following me?
I got no one see that. No.
Thank God all those women called her out, because what the hell was she thinking? So if you're confused on what's going on, basically all these people are waiting in line for the grand opening of a Princess Polly location, and this woman cuts the line and goes in front of this man. So while people are waiting in line, they're recording the whole thing, waiting for the store to open, and they see this woman bud the line, go in front of this man, and then she backs into him, and then she accuses him of assaulting her. It's the fact that she felt comfortable saying that in front of tons of people, knowing that they were recording. After this video went viral, that man went to police and reported the incident. And honestly, I think she should face some consequences, because you can't go around accusing people of things, especially when you're doing it in front of all these people that clearly saw you were lying. Something tells me that she has done this before and has gone away with it.
The gambling Five Nights at Freddy's style game got an update that plays like Granny, and I actually voiced one of the animatronics in the game. Let's talk about Casino Casualty's new expansion, House of Cards. Even though it's a new addition to the base game, it actually acts as a sequel in terms of the story. The animatronics from the Crimson Casino are back, and they lure Max back to his old home to trap him inside another one of their deadly games. From here, the game basically plays like a first-person escape room. You have to find the key items needed to escape, solve some puzzles, and avoid the animatronics roaming around the home. If you're caught by Clowny or Mayor Mac, you'll have to play a game of cards for your life as well. The room and item locations are randomized each run, as well as the solutions to a few of the puzzles. But this mode is very difficult, so please keep that in mind. There are a bunch of new story details added in the form of item pickups that explain what happened when Clowny first attacked the customer back at the Crimson Casino. I have a full playthrough of the new mode on my channel now, and I also read through a bunch of the new stories.
This is one of the scariest unsolved cases in history. This is the case of the Hinterkaifeck murders. In 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were found on their secluded farm. Even creepier is that the killer lived on the farm for days after. They looked after the farm animals, they ate there, they lived there, while the bodies were among them. Also crazy is that there was footprints in the snow leading up to the house, but none that led away. So where did the killer go? Adding to this, days leading up to their death, they heard footsteps and voices coming from the attic. A previous maid said that the house was haunted, but it sounds like the killer was living in the attic days leading up to the murder. And all the victims were lured to the barn one by one. No one ever saw the killer come, and no one saw the killer leave. It just doesn't make sense. What is going on? 2 with theories coming soon.
There's a brand new horror trend called Folk Valley, and I can't lie to you guys, this might be one of the most insane trends we've had in the horror community in a very long time. Because if you don't know, Folk Valley pretty much started out as a joke. People would take completely normal videos and edit them to look like they're coming from a cursed town known as Folk Valley, posting them all over the internet. But now people are taking the trend a little bit too far, because they're taking actual disturbing videos found from the dark web and putting them under the tags known as Folk Valley. And at this point, people have no idea what they're even scrolling through. People are even taking it so far to invert the colors so that it doesn't look like something from the dark web, and then as soon as you screen record it and turn the colors back, you're watching things that shouldn't belong on the internet. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little upset, because the actual idea around Folk Valley is pretty awesome. POV videos of people sprinting through neighborhoods that are empty. Fake emergency broadcasts keeping residents inside. New monsters appearing, characters disappearing. I mean, the idea around this series was insane. But now it seems like, of course, people have taken it a little bit too far. Now look, I can't guarantee that every single video under the Folk Valley hashtag is going to be what I'm talking about, but there's a pretty good possibility. But one thing I can say for sure is I'm upset, because I was actually enjoying watching those Folk Valley videos. So I guess if you come across Folk Valley videos on your For You page, I would suggest you skip past that because who knows what you're actually going to see. Don't forget to like and follow for more and comment down below what I should talk about next.
2026 just got even crazier, part 44. This is honestly a crazy coincidence. So Lamine Yamal just turned 19 years old this week, and he wears number 19. Well, Spain is also going to the World Cup final on July 19th, and many people are claiming this is a sign Spain is going to win the World Cup finals. Next, this image shows all of Argentina's comebacks in the 2026 World Cup so far. Yeah, this is not normal at all. For some reason, they always tend to come back in the final 20 minutes. This has to be some type of record. I have a feeling they're going to do this in the finals. Finally, I swear this man IShowSpeed always has the craziest things happening to him, because people are now saying he predicted this year's World Cup due to the fact that in his 2026 World Cup song, he had Argentina's and Spain's flag together right behind him. Somebody showed this video to IShowSpeed.
Did you know this about the movie Insidious? The film's composer, Joseph Bishara, is actually the person who plays the red lipstick demon seen right here. Here's a behind-the-scenes photo of him and director James Wan, and honestly, this was terrifying.
Here are all the horror movies that released this week and where you can watch them. First up, Sunset Killers. You can rent this one on video on demand, like Prime Video. And this is based on a true story in 1980s Los Angeles about nurse Carol Bundy, who falls for the charming but deadly Doug Clark. And drawn into his world of murder, obsession, and blood, she becomes complicit in shocking crimes across the city. Portraits of the Apocalypse, you can stream this one for free on Hoopla. 4 interconnected stories reveal the beginning and evolution of a zombie apocalypse in Argentina. Through the eyes of different characters, we experience the initial confusion, the uncontrolled chaos, and the struggle for survival in a devastated world. Mouser, you can rent this one on video on demand. A mentally ill woman has visions of a demonic cat that tells her to do bad things. Kill Trip, you can rent this one on video on demand. On the way to a Texas music festival, a group of friends catch a ride with a magnetic van driver, but when people start vanishing, the real headliner becomes survival. Watchful Eyes, you can stream this one for free on Hoopla. This is about Sebastian, a grieving man who takes a custodian job on a university campus, and while monitoring students linked to a professor's death, he uncovers a ghost story that may be more real than anyone believed. And lastly, The Bay, you can watch this one in limited theaters or rent it on video on demand. Best friends Emma and Lonnie are attending a destination wedding in Thailand, but they find themselves trapped on a sinking tour boat in the heart of a tiger shark sanctuary.
We talked about this the other day, the behind the scenes for Beast of War, a shark horror movie. But did you know there's a man inside of this shark head? His name is Chris Bridgewater, and these are exclusive videos that he had never shared before with anyone except for me. And here is him inside of the shark head, as you can see, and he has to pretend to like bite the actor. And oh my god, I could not imagine being inside a giant shark head while you are filming in a pool. And there's also animatronics in it too. Here's the animatronic shark for the same film, and all of those mechanics under the water is a submechanophobia nightmare. Look at that. Ew. This too. I hate this one specifically because you can see the stinky little eyeball all whited out and all of these mechanics. This is an animatronic in a giant pool of water, and I hate this. This is incredibly cool though, honestly, because the puppet part that Chris gets in, this is a photo of him, and he has to just be inside that and like work the jaw and make it look like it's eating, and I could never. Here's him inside the shark head. I believe that's him in there. And why is it giving Victor Crumb from Harry Potter? Like I mentioned in the last video, the movie Beast of War is a shark film about some dudes that are stuck on a barge, and then a shark comes up and gets them, and it is filmed in a massive indoor pool. That's really cool looking. I would still be terrified going near it. Here's some other behind the scenes photos of the sharks, the animatronic outside of water. I don't like the gum situation. I don't like what's happening around this area. But this freaks me out. I could not imagine that being my job, having to get in a massive fake shark puppet head and make it look like it's eating someone for a living. Movie magic is absolutely fascinating, honestly. These creature features are really cool, though they're terrifying to me because I'm terrified of submechanophobia and animatronics in water, even shark puppets, and I had to make this photo black and white for obvious reasons. If you went on Chris's Instagram and saw what this photo looks like unblack and whited, go check Chris out. He has a bunch of creature feature behind the scenes photos and videos, and he's a really cool dude who shared those videos and pictures with me exclusively, so go support him. He's awesome.
Was this the end? Let me explain. So after Argentina lost to Spain in the World Cup final, you could see Messi in tears, and many fans believe that he's not crying because he didn't win the finals. It's because of a much deeper reasoning than that. Because it's speculated that that was Messi's last match ever in the World Cup, meaning the World Cup will never be the same. That he already completed the video game at the last World Cup and the game is over, meaning he felt completely at peace and free of pressure in this World Cup. Messi, if that was your last match, you will be remembered.
Science has proven that House LLC is one of the scariest horror franchises of all time. There are 5 films. This is the scariest one according to the producer.
For sure, the original is by far the best one. For some reason, we caught lightning in a bottle and we had the perfect cast that is 100% believable in these roles, and they did an incredible job. Every Halloween, whenever people put like scariest movies, or whenever doctors are like, this movie moved the needle on, we're always at the top of that list. So that one stands there for a reason.
It's scary. I rewatched the first one recently and I watched it in the dark and I was like, oh, it's so scary in the dark.
Yeah, it's very, very creepy. And then the fourth one, it's called Carmichael Manor. That one is the first one that we did away from the Abaddon Hotel because we burnt it down in the third movie. Spoiler alert. That one, we had a completely new cast, and this one was really cool because I was probably around 30 when we made the first Hell House, and Steve's a couple years older than me, so he was probably 32 or 33. And now when we made the Carmichael Manor, now we're both like late 30s, early 40s, and we're making these movies, and our entire cast are people like your age, people in their like early 20s. And it was a completely different way of making it. I'd never worked with a cast that was so grateful for the opportunity. Like, you could tell, especially the girls, were so much like, thank you for giving us the chance to be in this movie. We're gonna knock it out of the park for you. And like, they were so incredible to work with, and I think it's the closest we've come to that first movie.
Is that all? Why is he not talking?
He's mogging right now.
Why is he not talking?
Okay, Mac or Jack, they're knocked out now. I think they're suffocating.
Jack, now what are you doing? I think this is it. This is what he's doing.
Yo, he actually scares the shit out of me. I got his date wrong. No, he didn't.
We didn't. 98.
No, he didn't. 98. You actually wrote down 98? 98. I'm with Sean Locke. Sean wrote Sean Locke Holmes all over his paper.
Sean Locke Holmes?
Okay, we got number 2, Pierre. Middle school gunfight. Is that right?
Well, it was a regular fight and then it turned into a gunfight.
And you just had a gun on you?
Yeah.
At school?
No, it was an after party.
Were you drinking?
Yeah, this is actually around the time when it was like moonshine was popular because we was in middle school, so.
Moonshine. Fuck. I don't know how to know. How old are you?
Right now I'm 35.
Okay, that's like your age. You're not 35.
How old were you when this happened?
13. I served my 7 years in juvenile until I was 21.
Wait, but 21, you would get tried until you're 18. 18 isn't, not 21. Right?
I was already in the system at 13, from 13 to 21.
Wouldn't it be 13 to 18?
No.
Sean Locke. Sean Locke. You onto something. And how did you obtain your weapon?
It was my dad's gun.
Oh, see, he said that. I was trying to get him. Okay, cool. All right, Pierre, select your weapon.
Does this like really shoot out?
Yeah. I knew it. It's a BB gun.
So it's like a...
Oh, yo! You see that? What do you do? You checked it? Yes!
I just walk up and shoot the shit wherever?
Yeah, what do you think?
Safety, so it's hot.
Bro.
Okay, yeah, you can put that back. That was good. That did look good. Pierre, respect. Thank you, Pierre. Front runner. I did like that he checked it. All right, number 3. What's your name? Mike. Mike. There we go. That's the octave we talking about. And what was your conviction?
Self-defense. How long were you in jail for?
I was just house arrested. That's it. Why were you on house arrest if it was labeled self-defense?
Well, until they find out
that I was innocent.
How long until the trial happened?
It took a couple years.
So you were just stuck at home for 2+ years?
Look at Jack.
Dude, Jack has seen some shit, dude. If Jack didn't go to jail, dude, he needs to go to therapy.
I think Mike can grab his weapon. I'm not feeling.
Get out of here, Mike.
Mike, you're gonna have to prove something to us right now.
Grab your weapon.
Just gonna grab what I used to defend myself.
Okay, I like that.
This is almost what I use.
You had that big ass knife on you?
And a metal club for security.
What's a security club?
Like a. And then he was cornering my ex-girlfriend in the corner. That's when I